Hello everyone. Today I'm going to do a bit of an update video following last week's big old rant. Was it last week? I don't know. Whenever, big old rant at YouTube. Because firstly some new information has come to light, which is quite interesting, and secondly to inform you of my plans going forward with my channel. To start though, I want to say a big thank you to all of you who, you know, the many supportive comments that were left on that video, to the many of you that went onto Patreon and started supporting me on there, and of course to those that watch my Twitch streams and have donated during those streams. Yeah, I really can't possibly thank you enough. With the current YouTube arsehole trajectory, it is likely that for me, and certainly, again, it's not just a problem faced by me, faced by many gaming and, well, various channels, in fact, although specifically gaming ones get hit quite hard at the moment. Yeah, crowdfunding is going to be the way to go, I think, for a little while. I say for a little while, but certainly crowdfunding is going to be the more stable route. And let's face it, in this sort of business, that's, well, kind of realistically for a lot of people. And with a huge amount of support from all of that, even if it is, you know, only temporary or only a tiny bit a month and so on, it gives me hope that even if YouTube really does go to complete and utter hell, there will be a way for me to continue doing what I love and continue doing, hopefully, what you guys love as well. There will, in the description of this video, as there always is, be a link to my Patreon if you do want to support. There is also going to be a link to my Twitch channel. Something I kind of briefly touched upon but didn't really go into a huge amount of details in that previous video, but streaming is going to be certainly a bigger part of what I do. I'm currently doing, well, I'm trying to do 6 streams a week. Sometimes that might end up as 5, depending upon whatever commitments and whatever stuff suddenly pops up, along with doing the 2 videos a day. Okay, you know, they're normally sort of 2 to 3 hour streams rather than, you know, the big day-long streams and so on. But yeah, trying to do more of that on various games, a mixture of sort of new games, modern games, some classic games thrown in there. So yeah, there will be a link to my Twitch channel if you want to go and give that a follow. I have seen there's been a bit of confusion about how Twitch works. There is different terminology on different websites, and I think that does confuse some people. You can follow my Twitch channel, which is much like subscribing to my channel on YouTube, and that is completely free. You don't have to pay for any sort of content on Twitch. My streams are always, I don't even know if you could have a subscriber-only stream, but all of my content on Twitch is going to be free, and you can view that. You have to follow the channel, but you'll be notified when I go live and so on. If you follow the channel, you can turn notifications on, etc. And there will always be like a notification video go up on YouTube to say I'm live over here. Go and watch it. You can also choose to subscribe to a channel on Twitch, and then that is something that costs money. Or you can do it with Twitch Prime stuff. Yeah, you can choose to subscribe. That'll give you access to special FailRace emotes. We've only got one at the moment until hopefully they'll go back to being about being partner at some point. God knows when. It's been a while. But yeah, there'll be special access to those. And again, once I do hopefully get to partner, we will. I think you can sort of skip adverts and so on that appear in the start of streams. Basically, yeah, you can choose to subscribe to support the channel, but that's not a necessity. I can understand the confusion with terminology between different websites, especially if English isn't your first language. There can be some confusion in all of that. But either way, streaming is going to be a bigger part of what I do. It's going to be, I guess, an extra part almost of what I do, because I'm still hoping to continue the 2 videos a day. Stream highlights will make their way to YouTube in various cut-up form, and so far people seem to be enjoying those. And yeah, well, I'll kind of, I say, mix content up, but yeah, streaming is definitely going to be something that I do more. Well, I'd say do more of. Hopefully, we will keep that up. And yeah, thanks to all of those who have supported me in whatever way. Hell, just, you know, watching the videos at the end of the day is greatly appreciated. But if you do want to do a bit more, that is yeah, massively thank you all. Anyway, on to, well, shall we start with talking about YouTube? Because quite entertainingly and bizarrely coincidentally, a couple of days after I released the big old rant video, YouTube actually released on one of their, I think it's Creator Inside channel. Basically a video talking about the way notifications and algorithms work. Yeah, it's as bad as we all thought. It genuinely is as bad as we all thought. Now, there are places out there which will probably give you a far more in-depth look than I'm going to here. I'll just give you the brief highlights. Essentially, the algorithms will pick and choose who gets notified. Well, I'll say it doesn't matter if you are subscribed. If you are a subscriber to a channel, you will not be told about everything that they do. Now, to me, this sounds like a dumb thing, and it gives me no small pleasure knowing the amount of people that agreed with that by the horrendous downvotes on the YouTube, the official YouTube video, and the amount of people that have torn it apart, because it is a stupid system. If you subscribe to a channel, to me, that means you are interested in their content. You know, subscribe to a channel, you want to see more. If you've subscribed to them, find out you don't like their content, or you're not interested as you once were, you unsubscribe from them. I've done that, but we all have. Some of you have probably done it to me. Probably not watching this then. But, you know, that's fair enough. That's how it should work. But no, the YouTube algorithms have decided that they know better than we do about what we want to watch, and they will pick and choose who sees what. Apparently, again, this is all from the YouTube video. Apparently, they had a system at one point where everybody was notified about everything that the creators they followed did. And I wonder if that was the time when my channel and many other people's channels were doing very well, because they changed it. Apparently that system didn't work well enough for YouTube, and they have dropped it now to a system whereby you get notified sometimes. I found it very, well, I say found it very amusing, I found it very ironic that the video in which I was talking about the YouTube algorithm problems and the way that stuff doesn't show up in subscriber feeds, that video didn't show up in a lot of people's subscriber feeds. The amount of comments saying that thing goes to show the issues. Now, this particular video was in context talking about live streams, although I have seen from people who have contacted YouTube and YouTube responses being that while that video was about live streams, those algorithms are the same for normal videos. You see the fuckery of YouTube, and you see the problem. Now, of course, there are other things that me as a creator that I don't know about, that we aren't informed about. But that's a big problem, or it feels like a big problem anyway. There was another thing that I did see as well. Apparently, if you subscribed to a channel through the YouTube gaming app. Now, personally, that's not something I've ever used. I've just used a normal YouTube app, but the gaming app is technically different from the main app. So if you subscribed through a YouTube channel on the gaming app, it then didn't appear on your subscription feed when you went to use the normal app. Now that, again, that has changed a couple of days ago, I think. In fact, that was changed. So there might be some of you who have suddenly seen me reappear in the subscription feed, because a whole bunch of people are now having suddenly different channels appearing because they merged the two subscription lists. But why they were ever separate, I don't know. And these are just things that we know about that have been talked about in the last week. God knows how much other things go on that we just don't know about. At the end of the day, I mean, it's kind of confirmed many of the thoughts that I have. It's not something that I can do anything about. I can't change these. I can't fix them as much as I would like to, but I can't fix them. I can't adjust them. What I will say, and I will use this time very briefly to say, if you always want to be notified about my videos, if you always want to be notified when a video of mine is released, the notification system, if you click the little bell icon, I think over my channel, I've never used it. It's basically one of the worst implemented, most powerful systems I've ever seen, because apparently it governs everything, and yet nobody really knows or understands how it works, because it's never said. Basically, if you click the bell on my channel to get notifications, it will mean you will always be informed of when my content goes up, whether it be video form. Not that I'm likely to live stream on YouTube, but you'll always be notified of that. Okay, I've done my bit with that, yeah. If you want to always be notified, that's what you've got to do. Otherwise, YouTube algorithms will decide if you are told about what I'm doing or not. Now, as I said, I can't fix that. I can't change that system. I hope one day they will get a better algorithm system. We'll go back to a nice, pleasant, happy train that we can go on, as we have done in the past. There is stuff that I can control, and that is some stuff that we're going to look at, I say changing, altering, tweaking with, and throwing, I don't know, I was going to say throwing ideas about and seeing what sticks, but that sounds like I've got less of an, well, I have less of an idea. I'm going to be trying some new stuff. Hopefully some of it will be successful, not all of it probably, but we are going to try some new stuff. Again, I thank you guys massively for the huge number of suggestions that have come in various guises. There were many different comments about various different ideas. Some stuff that I've been thinking about, some stuff I hadn't thought about, and just kind of general information. There was a lot, and that's why I've taken my time to process it, to put a plan of action in of sorts. I don't know what the outcome is going to be, but I'm going to give it a try. Now, the first thing that we're going to be talking about is series. The kind of recurring series that I do on various games. Now, I know full well and good, as a creator, as an entertainer of sorts, hell, any aspects of life, whatever work it might be, you do, whatever it is that you do even, not everybody is going to like what you do. You can't change that. There are going to be differences of opinions. You can't alter that one, and that's fair enough at the end of the day. I don't expect everybody who watches my content to like absolutely every single series, every single video that I do. There'll be stuff that will interest some, there'll be stuff that interests others. My channel sits in a little bit of a weird gap, shall we say. It is very easy to do serious stuff stupidly. It is very easy to do stupid stuff stupidly. It's not very easy to do serious stuff seriously. It takes a lot of skill, certainly when we're talking in terms of racing. What we try and do is stupid stuff seriously. Now, I've talked about this a little bit in the past. You know, we take a stupid idea that shouldn't work and then try and make it work. You know, some of the dumbest racing that we've done has actually been some of the best racing. We've raced vehicles completely that just shouldn't be raced and made it work because we have a great selection of drivers. But that's a little bit of a I say a strange niche. It's a more difficult thing to advertise, to get out there, because there are going to be people that are only interested in the serious stuff. Well, I'm hoping to bring back a little bit more in terms of the more serious sim racing. Now that I've got a new wheel back, now that I've got my rig working, up and going, it's not quite finished yet, but it's a lot more of a start. We're going to see more Project Cars 2. We're going to see more Assetto Corsa. We're going to see some iRacing, hopefully. We're going to see some more Race Room, and so on. That won't be to everyone's taste. Not everybody is going to want to see that necessarily. And, you know, again, that's fair enough. One of the things that I saw a lot was discussion about how I race. As in, you know, I do... Some videos are done from replay cameras, not everybody likes that. Some videos are done from first person, not everybody likes that. Again, I can't please all of you. So what I'm going to be doing certainly, is trying to have more variety. I say more variety in it, but, you know, I'm going to race from first person when I'm doing a sim game. I'm not going to race, I'm sure as hell not going to race from third person when I'm using a wheel. And the chances are the sort of thing I'll be doing on there will be better with live commentary. But versus the community, for example, is going to be a post-race thing where I can edit together the replays. Because if I get stuck at the front, if I run away at the front because I got a good car or get a lucky start, I can run around on that race completely on my own and nobody will, won't see anybody else. There was a good example, one of the races at Homestead where the replay broke for me. I started about 5th, got to the lead on lap 1 from a good start and a good couple of corners, pissed off and didn't see another car until the final 2 laps. And we only saw another car because the rain came. If the rain hadn't come, I would not have seen another car that entire race. Now, that's not an exciting video. Sure, I could have perhaps won the race easily. I like winning a race, but that's not an exciting video. Yeah, if I start down in the pack, maybe I'll have an exciting race. Maybe I'll clonk a wall on my own. Maybe I'll get broken and have to go to the pits. And then again, you see nothing. So there's got to be a variation in that stuff. Again, I don't expect everybody to like the versus the community stuff. In fact, the versus community is actually a bit of a tricky one. As a series, I should have cancelled that long ago. As a video series, I should say. I should have cancelled that long ago. However, it's not its primary focus, if you like. I don't expect the versus the community stuff to get 100,000 views on a race. I mean, it'd be stupid if I did. There are some amazingly good races. I would like them to do better, but the purpose of Versus the Community is to give you guys a chance to race against me and, and get into a video. That was what it started out as many years ago, was to be an opportunity, a weekly opportunity where we could get together and just do some racing on a game. As a series, yeah, as a series in terms of views-wise and so on, it should probably have been axed long ago, but that's not the purpose of that series as such. I will try different things with it. You may well know. You'll notice it's the videos are no longer titled Versus the Community. I'm trying with different naming techniques, ideas, and there will be more of it. Because at the end of the day, I've got to try and find something, a way of changing, a way of making things. Well, hell, the one that's come out today, you'll see what I've done with that. Now, it's easy to go down the whole lying clickbait line with that sort of stuff, and I'm going to try very, very hard not to. But there's hopefully different ways of making those videos more visible and perhaps more interesting, because when people actually watch them, people still enjoy them. They enjoy the exciting racing, the close racing. It's just trying to get that initial interest going. Anyway, I think I've got off topic slightly in all that. Basically, yeah, there's going to be more sim racing stuff going on now that I can. I don't know whether F1 2017 is going to come back or not. It's been a very long time since that series kind of prematurely finished. I am looking at starting a career mode on Grand Prix 4, because damage is incredible on that game. But I've got to try and get my wheel working on that game, because it likes freezing when I try to set up my wheel. Anyway, that's for another day. Yeah, so there is going to be sort of some more sim racing stuff to hopefully interest those of you that are more interested in the actual serious side of racing. I'd like to think I'm an okay driver. I'm certainly not up there with the with the top guys, but I'd like to think I'm an okay driver. There has been a lot of, again, when I did the big old rant video, there was a lot of talk about Let's Plays as a video style, as a series, and so on. I have had some very successful Let's Plays. My Summer Car, Car Mechanic Simulator, the GTA 5 street racing career, and so on. And they're great. I thoroughly enjoyed doing them. Problem is, for everyone that's done very well, there have been stacks that have failed. Hell, the Factorio lot went down faster than the Hindenburg. F1 2017, again, didn't actually do massively well in terms of views and so on. It was thoroughly enjoyed, and I kept going because I was enjoying it. Already stopped, yeah, because the wheel gave up. At the end of the day, most of the time, series will be stopped for one or two reasons. Either they're failing, or I've run out of stuff to do on said game. Car Mechanic Simulator, I'm not going to be touching that game very often anymore because no one's interested in it anymore, which is, again, fair enough. I've done just about everything on that game. I've got to the point where I've done just about everything that you can do. Unless anything massively different comes out with that, probably not going to cover that too much. My Summer Car, there have been updates since I last played it, but once you've built the Satsuma, the rest of it is only minor. If they add another car that is, completely built from the ground up, definitely I would go and build that again, because that's the fun of that game. But once you've done that once, that's kind of it. I might live stream it, sure, it's something that people wanted to see me do, but in terms of YouTube stuff, probably not. Now maybe stream highlights, but yeah, I'm kind of done with that. Same with GTA 5 street racing career. It was good fun, but I've covered everything I can with that. I've done just about everything that I can. There were, various people saying that, that they weren't so interested in the likes of the Beam racing series or the GTA 5 races that we do. But again, I can understand why, perhaps after the first couple of episodes, you're not so interested. I can understand why there is a decline in viewership of series. Series certainly of that kind of style with Beam. Once you've seen the course run with a few different cars, sure, it might not interest you as much. The fact is, though, those series are doing pretty well in the grand scheme of things. Though those series are still very popular, and when they start doing badly, that's when they get changed out. When people have lost interest, like the majority have lost interest in that circuit or whatnot, that's when it gets dropped and a new one comes in. With the GTA 5 racing, it's always done on different circuits each week. Again, I can understand why perhaps you aren't so interested in another transform race or another close. I don't know why you would be interested in another close street race with stupid cars, but we have been doing that stuff. but we're doing them because the videos are doing well, because people are enjoying them, and because they're a nice time-effective video to do. They don't take 20 hours to get it rule set working properly. Reese can build, whether some of the stunt tracks are very complex to build, some of the street circuits are just plonk checkpoints around with a little bit of clever work in where you make the racing happen, and you get excellent racing. It won't suit everybody, but if a series is doing well, just because a couple of people don't like it, I'm not going to be axing that one. But yeah, when stuff starts doing badly, it tends to get cut on the fairly rapid side. And well, that kind of brings me on to Forza 7, because unfortunately it seems to be a fairly sizable culprit of some of the problems, at least, that I am having. Forza 7 content is not being dropped, however there will probably be less of it. The build series is going, which is a shame, because I liked the Rallycross series. I think the Rallycross series was probably one of the better ones, certainly one of the closest ones that we have had. I don't know if the Abarth is going to be the last car. There might be one more to go. It will kind of depend on if some other stuff gets working in time or not. But yeah, the build series is gone. It is going to be replaced by 2 new series. We're going back on to GTA 5 for something, and Project Cars 2 for something else. Now, they are still involving racing. They are still involving kind of time trialing, but in different conditions and just something a bit different. Again, trying new ideas, throwing new ideas out there, seeing how they go. If they don't work, I'll go find something else to try. I'll keep trying with different ideas. I mean, of the last couple of months, again, a lot of people have said I've been doing a lot, sort of GTA 5 and Forza stuff. Well, over the last couple of months, the reason why I've been doing that is because that was stuff that was mostly working. I'd gone through a period of trying a lot of different ideas, and a lot of stuff wasn't working. I got frustrated and stuck with what I knew. Now, that's not really worked out so great either, so again, it's going to throw some different ideas out there, see what happens. I am quite sad about the issues. I say about the issues I'm having with Forza 7. Some people are able to make Forza 7 stuff work. Some people are able to be doing very well with Forza 7 stuff. I just can't. And it doesn't matter really what I do. I can come up with the creative, interesting, wacky ideas. Some of them do well. Some of them do terribly. I say do terribly. The Manufacturer Cup, for example, that's come out over the last couple of days, I thought it was a really cool idea. I was it was one of those I was really excited to do, and really excited to film, because it involved, I've been planning it for a while as well. It was one that involved a lot of tactical decision making in terms of car building, in terms of how you approach the event. It's something different. Manufacturer, battles between cars have been done many times, and sure, I could do it in the expected usual way, but by forcing limitations in PI and so on, you bring in a whole nother tactical decision. I tried to pick a variety of different events. I was really pleased with how it panned out. I was really pleased with how close everything was as well, and the different tactics used. Okay, not everybody quite got the car builds in the right way, and some manufacturers struggled, etc. But as a little mini-series, I thought it was fantastic, and yeah, a really interesting, different idea. It's done okay. Those that watched it really liked it. Again, looking at the comments on that, a lot of people really, really enjoyed it, would like to see it done again, maybe different manufacturers, just like different tweaks to the rules and so on. But view-wise, it's not doing, it's doing okay, but it's not doing amazing. Like, view-to-like ratio, certainly on the first part, is good, very good, but it's just not doing amazingly well, which I say makes me lose motivation in being creative to an extent. It doesn't, in that I'll always try and find dumb ways to different ways to do racing, but it does make me question. I say you're using Forza for it. There's little option you have as a racing gamer if you want a sandbox now to play around with cars in the manner that we used to be able to do. That's the subject for another video. But yeah, trying to come up with creative challenges on Forza is disheartening when you spend a long time trying to think up these rule sets, making stuff work, and then people enjoying the video, but just not doing well. So, Forza 7 content will be dropping back, shall we say. Now, there will still be challenges. there will still be challenges on Forza 7. I will have to be clever, again, clever with titling, clever with ideas on that, and there will probably be more disheartening moments when I come up with a great idea. I hope a great idea. I say that depends on your perspective, but where I come up with an idea that just doesn't quite pan out. However, hopefully there will be more that work, and if they don't work, hopefully other stuff will work. There are going to be Gran Turismo Sport challenges are going to be a thing that we're going to tackle. While Gran Turismo Sport certainly doesn't give us anywhere near the freedom in terms of cars, in terms of building, there is stuff that it allows us to do that Forza doesn't. So we're going to play around with some more of that. Now, I am going to be posting up, again, on the forums. There'll be a link to the forums in the description of this video as well. I'm going to be posting up about setting some of those up, because a lot of our regulars, you know, I can set up regular stuff on Xbox easily, but PlayStation, not something I've done so much of. There is going to be a post up there. If taking part in Gran Turismo Sport stuff is of interest to you, the thread won't quite be up at the time this video goes out. However, it will be going up in the near future, so keep an eye out for that. Yeah, we'll be doing more challenges on Gran Turismo Sport, and hopefully on different games. While on the subject of Forza, I am going to potentially be bringing back a old series on that game. I tried it with Will It Roll, which failed abysmally. That will just be a one-time thing, I think, on new Forza games. We are going to be bringing back the setup challenges. Now, we did this back in Forza 4, a little bit on Forza 5, before it was got rid of because of a lack of interest. However, it's been something I'm thinking about bringing back. It gets you guys involved with building of cars, and again, there have been a fair bit of interest about seeing this return. Now, it might do well. I don't know, but we're going to give it a try. There is going to be, again, on the forums, there is going to be a message thread, whatever you want to call it, a post up there, where you can submit your wackily set up cars for me and Reese to try and survive around the circuit. They may be rolly, overy, tumbly cars, they may be insanely difficult to drive because of wonky cambers and toes and all sorts of weird and wonderful things, and me and Reese are going to go racing with these wacky cars. Now, I'm not quite sure when that series is going to start, of course, because, you know, we've got to get the cars submitted to us. We've got to get we'll probably film them in sort of a little bit of a batch to get a bunch of stuff done. That will be something that we're going to try. And we might sometimes, you know, if we think a car's going to be better with a big group of cars, maybe we'll do like a big setup challenge. Me and Reese will be trying to race against, you know, a bunch of other cars as well. There'll be, yeah, different stuff. Tried. We have tried, as a lot of people wanted to see relay races back. We have tried a good few times to get relay races working. Whenever we've tried it, we've had massive connection trouble. They will come back, and again, there will still be challenges. I'm not saying I'm giving up entirely on Forza, but it will take a little bit more of a backseat. The final thing that I'm going to talk about today, and I say change. I hope, and I am going to try and do more real-life videos. It's something that has been suggested, has been requested for a while, because we all know YouTube much prefers vloggers and stuff than actual gaming channels. To do kind of more real-life car stuff and all of that. Now, I've said this many times. I've said this a few times. I've talked about it in the past as being something that I plan and hope to do. It's never really materialised. I don't know whether it will happen this time. Truth be told, I hate being on camera. I always have done. Probably always will do. Maybe with enough time, I will be okay with it. I don't like being on camera in any way, shape or form. Part of the reason why I work in the way that I do, not the only reason, you know, there won't be regular face cams in videos. I don't like watching videos where they are most of the time. I feel them are often unnecessary. Now, there will be times, I have plans, certainly regarding sort of the sim rig setup there are going to be times, plans for videos where wheel cameras, pedal cams, etc. are going to be an added benefit because of what I am doing. But yeah, that sort of thing is not something you're going to see in my videos. And even, you know, just trying to bring myself to do real life videos takes a lot of effort from from me psychologically, if you like. Will it be something that I will try? Again, I sit here saying today that I hope so. I sit here saying today that I would like to. Quite whether that's going to happen or not. I say quite whether I don't know. To what extent is perhaps the better question. I'd like to, yeah, potentially do more vlogs. Maybe in the RX-8. My girlfriend has got a new car. She's got an MR2, so there may be videos with me having a go in that. So I'm short on it. Driven it a couple of times. Good fun. Good fun. There is also currently going on Twitch. I've had a donation goal for a while of getting me a Saxo. Yeah, a Saxo VTS, and potentially turning that into, well, kind of like a project car. Doing track days with it, maybe some auto test and that sort of thing. Maybe at some point in the future getting it up to a full race car. And that would, again, be something that I would want to do. Again, whether I can talk myself into doing it or not, well, certainly with kind of like Saxo stuff, I would, because it was donated for that, money donated for that specific purpose. Sorry, don't quite know how long that would be in the future. Yeah, it's something that I will try. I will try and get myself to try. I think that all makes sense. I'll hopefully there will be more real life stuff. If we go, I'm hoping to be invited to Goodwood. If I do get invited, of course, there'll be stuff there. I'm going to do stuff a little differently this year to previous times, and maybe other events. Problem I have with doing videos of events is if I go, unless of course I'm invited to something, in which case, of course, spend time filming or whatnot. If I'm going to an event because I want to go to an event, I don't want to spend my day filming stuff. You know, if I go to a touring car race, I don't want to spend my day faffing about trying to work when I've gone there to enjoy a touring car race. No, again, if I get invited to something, that's different, because you're invited there to do video, to do work and so on. Being there is a bonus, essentially. But if I've gone to something to go to it, and also, you know, if I've gone to something as general public, if you like, I'm not going to get any better views necessarily than anybody else. And me sat in a grandstand watching touring cars is hardly riveting viewing, I don't think. But yeah, I hope that I can bring myself to do more real life stuff. I've been meaning to for a very long time and just not got around to it, put it off for as long as possible, and maybe all of this will give me the kick up the arse needed to give it a try. I think that's what I'm going to go with. That's how I'm going to convince myself. But yeah, that's the plans going forward. There's going to be some changes. Might not be to everybody's taste, and I apologise if something that you thoroughly enjoy, gets axed or becomes a lot less regular. I hope I can find a balance between everything that goes on here, and I hope you guys will continue to be entertained, I should say, by the videos that I put out. That, though, is going to be it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and a massive thank you for all of the support I had over the last week and so on, and for all of the ideas. Hopefully we can put some into practice, hopefully we can get some stuff working, and yeah, kind of see how it all pans out. If not, it'll probably be abandoned ship to Twitch. But yeah, thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.